Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Imperator Rome as we are playing as the Roman Republic. Alright, so let's go and get started in today's episode where we're going to continue this war against Carthage. Remember, we're essentially done with the conflict and we're just trying to get control of this island here so that we can complete our mission tree. So I've had two things I would like to address from the comments. So first of all, several people have been talking about we should split this fleet because it's way larger than is necessary. The reason why I haven't is because I think we're just one office away. It might be two though. I could be wrong. But I think we're like one office away from, and that's if we have all the legates in here, which we do. I think we're just one office away from having to have four offices for each of our families. So that's the reason why I haven't split it, because I was worried about that. It might be two more offices though. I could be wrong. And one other thing we could do is just get rid of this little fleet here, where we're only using it for a place for our characters. So we could get rid of that and then split the fleet. So that'd be an option. So maybe something we're going to want to do here. The other thing is that one thing I didn't know is that you can actually recruit your levies anywhere using the levies map mode and then just clicking. So for instance, we can recruit here since we haven't pulled up these 2,000 men yet. And then we can recruit them in any location, that's obviously in their zone. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know about that, and apparently it's not something new, like you were always able to do it. However, they just added that little extra button on there to make it easier to do. But yeah, I didn't even know about that. That would certainly be helpful in certain circumstances. Oh yes, I was going to get a building constructed. So just about all of our provinces right now are starting to lose loyalty, guys, including areas here in southern Italy. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a grand theater here. And we're just going to have to start getting grand theaters everywhere. I mean, we've been doing that anyways. We're going to have to continue that process. Alright, so these guys are retreating here, trying to have these guys meet up with those ones. See what this is. I'm really hoping for some stability here. We'll spend money if we have to. Yeah, we'll definitely do this, guys. We need stability. Really, really bad. So let's go ahead and try and attack these guys here. They shouldn't be able to get away. There we go. Excellent. Then we'll go after that 3.7 thousand men there. And these guys are just trying to intercept that 7,000, almost 8,000 men there. And this army here is finishing up the siege. That's all of our armies, with these guys here, of course, coming over here to take the island. Alright, so now they're going over here. And we can attack them on either of those locations, so I'm fine with keeping our troops on their current trajectory. This should be an easy win here. And looks like we finished up this battle as well. So we captured an enemy too. So let's go ahead and try and get that 3,800 men destroyed. And really it's just about that island over there, guys. The Oracle of Delphi has been the rise and fall of many legendary heroes. Ill tidings arrive from the Oracle with a messenger, bearing news of the bad times to come unless Rome is to get a new leader. The nobles of our society start looking at Callus, something like that. Start looking at him with skeptical eyes, as the Oracle herself has said he is an ill-befitting leader. Maybe it is time to change our leadership. I mean, he is garbage, so I would agree with that. We could say a large ceremony will be held to appease the gods. It's going to cost a bunch of money we don't have. We can instead convince everyone that the Oracle is wrong, in which case we'll lose popularity and we'll have to spend some political influence. Or we can say outdated superstitions. We're going to lose even more popularity and have a decrease in our omen power. Let's go with this one, guys. I know political influence is short, but I really don't want to go that deep in the negative here. And this one, I mean, I guess with this one here, that omen power is not that big of a deal. I suppose we can go with that. It's going to tick our aggressive expansion down a little bit, and popularity is really not that big of a deal. So, we'll go with that one, guys, since political influence is so short. And maybe it won't be enough to affect the aggressive expansion. And what I mean by that, of course, is because of our current omen that we have going, the Jupiter one, the aggressive expansion change. Yeah, it looks like it didn't have much of an effect there. Speaking of Jupiter, because we upgraded Rome to a metropolis, we actually can put another treasure here. So let's go ahead and do that, though there's really not a lot of good options here. We could go with pop conversion speed. I think there's like 15% now here in Rome that are not our religion. Not even 15%. Yeah, it looks like it's 13 point something percent there. So yeah, we could go with that. But I think the Freeman Happiness would probably be useful, because if we look at the Freeman Happiness, and I guess we'll look at before we hit it here, the Freeman Happiness is actually not as high as some of the other locations here. or some of the other pops, I mean. Yeah, we're at 100% for nobles and citizens, 86% for freemen. I suppose it might be more useful trying to convert those religions, and that also makes sure that we're assimilating and converting at a faster rate in Rome, where we get so many slaves. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Yeah, I suppose that makes more sense. I thought the freemen were a little bit less happier than they actually are, but that was probably one of these cities I was looking at. Yeah, you can see here, freemen are only at 78.59%. All right, still nothing to trade for with those trade routes, guys. I mean, we could just do something for the money, like food, but yeah, that's probably not the best thing to go for. We will be able to battle those guys, excellent. And this battle here is going well. And now let's go ahead and we captured another enemy, excellent. Let's go ahead and see if we can't catch these guys somewhere. And this will require an actual siege, so we're going to keep our fleet out here so that we can get it done. All right, so we're battling. I think we have 2 battles going right now. We have this one here, and then we have that one in Spain that we're about to do. We killed all of them, 7,600. Nice. Yeah, that is fantastic news. All right, well, with that done, there's still these 100 bouncing around here. I'm not really too worried about them. I'm not going to go chase them down, guys. I feel like they're too far. And this war is going to be over soon anyway. We'll just go ahead and go over here, although that is not... Okay, that's a little bit more difficult to do because of the siege there than I was expecting. You know what? Let's just go ahead and place these guys somewhere, anywhere, where they're not going to take attrition. I'm going to put them right there. And we'll move them a bit later. Oh, never mind. Looks like the siege is now done. Excellent. All right, so we're going to have the Legion move over that way then. These guys can move up over here for now. We might be able to go a little bit further. It's not that it really matters, though. I guess we could come over to this location. Because, yeah, we won't be able to get any of this territory here, guys. I think it would be a little bit too much, expecting that we're going to get that. All right, so these guys, not sure where they're going, that army there. But we should be able to catch them somewhere around here if they end up going south. Yeah, they are. Might be better to go... Oh, we're already going this way. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to catch them. It sure doesn't seem like it. Let me see. Yeah, we will be able to catch them. Excellent. And might even be able to completely destroy them due to how much we outnumber them. We'll see if we can get that victory quick enough. So yeah, at this point, it's just really waiting on that siege there, guys. As soon as that's done, then we are done with this conflict. Definitely looking at still having a chance of rebellion here, guys. That's a real possibility. We did not completely wipe out those troops, unfortunately. All right, yeah, that's a bummer. All right, so I don't know where these guys are going here. Let me just see here. Why is... Okay, this is probably not in our hands because they're right there. Let's go this way. I assume that's where they're going to go. I mean, it's hard to say for sure. We could also just grab that province right there real quick because that is... Oh, no, that should go in our hands, right? Yeah, it should just automatically go in our hands. There's no fort there. I'm actually surprised that it hasn't gone in our hands yet. Yeah, it's part of all this. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why that is. Alright, so yeah, just waiting on that siege, guys. We got these other sieges going too. And it looks like we're chasing this unit here. Maybe we'll catch him. I assume that's where he's going. We want to make sure he doesn't get behind us. That's a lot of troops. But they have very low morale, so we should be able to defeat them. Yeah, I would be able to defeat those guys. I mean, it does kind of depend on where we fought them as well. And it looks like that's where those troops went, is back to that location, so we'll be able to get them destroyed. And we are no longer trading for leather here. Okay. So that's going to open up another trade route. So let's see if we can't find something available. I don't know what the issue is, if it got conquered or something. Might be exactly what happened there. So yeah, it doesn't really matter which one of these we go for. So we'll just go for the one that's going to get us more money. And that means there's another trade route open over here. So let's go ahead and try and boost a province. Just trying desperately to keep these all under our control. Having quite a bit of issues with it, honestly. So let's go ahead and try and get the leather here to this location in Sicily. All right, still getting that theater going, so that'll help. But yeah, really until we lose those modifiers, I think we're going to have issues. Getting the stability up, that would help a lot. And with that, those troops have been completely destroyed, and we've captured more of their dudes. So what do these guys want here? They're wanting some furs. We'll go and trade for that, I guess, or let them trade for that. And not entirely sure where those troops went. Seems like they want to go up this way, really trying to get behind us here. But we're not trading for those dies. I think we're still trying to get to the dies to the capital, aren't we? Yeah, we're still trying to get the dies to the capital. We just can't trade those to our capital because they're currently not loyal to us. What do we have for the... Oh, it's just these ones here. Okay. I mean, we could always trade for those just to get modifiers here, but man, I'm really feeling like we should keep this open until we deal with this rebellion problem, and then we can just trade for whatever we want once we don't have that issue anymore. Again, though, it's going to be about 5 years before that issue has been dealt with. So they've conquered more territory over here. So let's go ahead and start grabbing these. Again, don't really need them, and we won't even be able to take them in the peace treaty. But might as well be doing something. And yeah, these guys are here. I really want to fight them. Maybe we'll chase them down rather than go after a siege that we're never going to complete. Where did they go? Let's see if we can't catch them there. Looks like that's going to be a no. And this siege is just about done, guys. And as soon as it's done, which is now, we are going to go ahead and end the conflict. I don't see any reason to keep this going any longer. So let's go ahead and sue for peace and see what we can get. So remember, we have to get this location. That's key. Not the unit, the location. So we got to get that. That's 19 points. That's unfortunate. That's quite a bit. There's 34, 48, 63. So we can continue to get territory. Once we have that, then we'll be able to start getting this territory here, but yeah, I can't do it right now, unfortunately. It's still counting us as not having the range, but for the next conflict, we'll be able to get territory there. So I guess we'd want to go for one of these ones, or both of them if we can. Yeah, we can get both of them. All right, nice. I know this is going to drastically increase the aggressive expansion. In fact, before we do this, let me just take a look at something, guys. We want to take a look at what our diplomacy settings at. We're still on the mercantile, which is great for our income, but honestly, I feel like we have other issues that we need to deal with here. So we have two choices. We can do an appeasing stance, in which case aggressive expansion would decay faster. That's always helpful. Or we could go with the bellicose stance, in which case we wouldn't get as much aggressive expansion. And I think what we could do is just like flip-flop between the two of these, but it would cost us the political influence doing so, of course. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's try and get a lot less of this. I think that would be helpful. So yeah, let's go and get this one here. And this should at least reduce the aggressive expansion by a little bit here. So yeah, let's go and make sure we get the island. I didn't really need to reset it, I suppose. I didn't want to see how much it was going to impact us, though. See how much it goes down by. Alright, yeah, we're not getting as much. It's helpful. So yeah, we're going to take all this over, and I'm going to keep taking it. I know that, obviously, this is costing us. And that'll be 100 right there. Alright, excellent. So yeah, that's what we'll go for. And that's going to give us all this. The Carthaginians would be left with a lot of territory still, obviously. So this is our third Punic War, but we're definitely going to need a fourth Punic War, maybe even a fifth one, just to get all this territory conquered. But we got a lot more this time than we did in the last one. So let's go ahead and send off that offer. And then with these guys, we'll just take a peek and see if there's anybody here. We're always looking for new characters. Oh, we got somebody really good right there. He's kind of old, though. Yeah, you know what? They have some good military leaders here, so we're going to go ahead and do this by family. I know we have massive aggressive expansion, which is a serious issue, so you could definitely argue to get rid of it there, but I think we're going to go with this option and see who we want to accept here. All right, it's hard to say which one's going to have the better characters here. So we're looking for, I guess, these guys? Yeah, it'd be these guys here. So I'll offer sanctuary to them. Let me just see who else is available here. And you know what? We're just going to go ahead and have the rest crucified to get a little bit more loyalty, or a little bit more popularity, excuse me. We're at 95, so it's going to get us up to 98. So we're at a very high popularity right now. And we now have 3 more locations for governors. All right, so that's probably going to create, yep, that's going to create the issues with the family. So at this point, we now are, it doesn't really matter what we do with our fleet. We could split them and probably into multiple fleets. Because yeah, we're gonna need 4 characters per family, or 4 offices per family, probably from here on out, just because of how many governorships that we just got. So let's go and disband all the levies, and this is going to get us a pretty good amount of military tradition, but you can notice it's already, it's certainly less than what you'd get before. So that's from the patch changes. So it's not going to get us enough, unfortunately. And we do, of course, have the new levies available. So we have all these new areas. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the governor positions appointed. So we've got one position here, one there, and okay, so it's three total. All right, so let's go and see what we got available, who we have available, who would make a good choice. So this one here can be somebody who's really shoddy at martial. That's absolutely fine. We really shouldn't prioritize that one, actually. Let's prioritize this one. I think that'd be more important. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. We want somebody who's like a decent martial and decent finesse, and this character would serve that position. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do with this guy. Well, the other positions will likely be family members. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to want to do. So yeah, let's get this guy in here. And then for the last position, just whoever's best here, which I guess we'll do this guy. And as far as the families, that should have all of them in peace but the one. There's really no reason to try and get them grateful, because you'd have to need 8 offices. Yeah, you'd need 8 offices to do that. So yeah, we just need one more for the Claudii family. And we could just give that to, we could give them anything, essentially. Who is in control of this fleet here? Okay, it's them, so they still need that position. So yeah, we could split the fleet up and then give them positions that way. Maybe have it into 2 separate fleets, I suppose. Let's go and move these guys over here for right now. Well, we'll get them split in a minute. Let me just see where the legion's at and any levies that still got to get disbanded. We still got these guys here. Could save a lot of money getting those guys disbanded. Just make sure all the levies are disbanded. All right, so the legion needs to go back to our own territory. We'll bring them on back to Carthage there. And yeah, lots of disloyal provinces here, guys. Quite a few issues. Let's see if with that new territory, if we got anything that we can actually trade for here that we need. So the spices, we still don't have the benefit for that. And there is a location that's with Carthage, of course, though. And I don't know when we're going to attack them again, so might as well trade with them. That'd be helpful. In fact, we can go and get both of them from Carthage so that we can get that bonus. So we're still looking to get the die bonus, so we can go and get one from Carthage, and then the other one I'd like to trade with my own territory if we can. Yeah, I suppose that's good for now, guys. We'll just leave that one open. I'm really hoping we can get them loyal soon. We'll have to see. Is there anything else we need to be aware of over here? No. I think we're good to go. Alright, so let's go and speed this up. And no longer importing several goods. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that's a lot of trade routes, and it seemed like several of them were here, so that's a real problem. So let's go ahead and see what we can do about this. Maybe get them some more leather somewhere else. I think somebody conquered a bunch of territory. Alright, so that'll help them out, and maybe over here as well. Just trying to get that damn happiness up, man, which we're having quite a few issues with. Let's get some cloth there, and then maybe some hemp or something. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. So just trying to trade in some of the more troublesome areas here. Yeah, like this new area would probably be helpful. Probably want something for nobles. Yeah, the nobles are in the worst position here. We'll go ahead and dip over to other locations, see if there's anything else we can do here. Yeah, we already got 2 trade routes there. No possible routes there. There's one here that we could get, and these guys are incredibly unhappy. So yeah, it makes sense to try and trade for something. Trade with the Carthaginians for their wine. Alright, so that looks good. What do these guys want? We'll actually accept this now. Although it looks like we're getting a lot less money than we were there. No trade routes open down there. There are 2 here that are open. Those were both fulfilled before too. So yeah, let's go and trade in these 2 locations. See what we can get. Really gotta focus on these trade routes, guys. Because it's the only way for us to get the happiness up and hopefully avoid a rebellion. So that might be wishful thinking that we can completely avoid it just because of how ridiculously bad that modifier is. That modifier is incredibly bad. Quite surprised with it, honestly. I didn't think it would hit us that hard, but yeah, it certainly hit us pretty hard. Just seeing what else we got here. We'll trade for those base metals. Alright, so I think this location also needs some resources. So let's see what we can get here. And pretty much anything would do here. I guess the noble one would be the most useful. Yeah, the marble, is that ours? Yeah, that's our route. So we don't want to do that one there. And maybe get the Freeman one, something for the Freeman. If we got anything that isn't our own trade route, because we don't want to take anything from our own provinces here because they all need the happiness. And that might be it that we have to trade for, guys. We can take a look at some of these areas because again, this is all the areas that we have are having some loyalty issues. Most areas anyway. Yeah, we could try trading for something here. Just see what we got. We gotta have something, right? So there's spices, but that's our own. We got earthenware. Let's go and trade for that. Get the citizen happiness up, though really we need the Freeman happiness here. Maybe get that citizen happiness somewhere else then. Yeah, they're pretty happy right there. Alright, we'll go and dip on over to Carthage then, or North Africa I should say, and see if there's anything up along here that we might want to get for our people. Yeah, maybe right here. Definitely citizen one would be helpful here. We're gonna get 2 there actually. Let's see if there's anything else through here. No. Alright, so I think that's just about it, unless there's anything that I didn't get for the Freeman. No. Alright, so that's all the routes available. For happiness anyway. Alright, so with that war won, we've taken a lot of the Carthaginians' territory, but they still have quite a bit as well. And he's going to want to trade for our salt. We'll accept that. We can stop financing some of our military. We can't do anything till we look at this here. And so these guys have stopped paying tribute. So we get a claim on them, thus we can attack them. I really feel like we gotta get some of these issues dealt with before we go and attack anybody. Alright, well that's unfortunate. Yeah, let's go and step down the fort maintenance. That's not necessary. The fleet maintenance, I think we're gonna step down as well. Well, we already did it. So yeah, we're just gonna put them into a port for right now. In fact, let's go and put them in the closest port since they have very low morale at this point. So yeah, we're just gonna put them over there for now. I really just want to focus on the finances. We'll keep paying for the army though. I know we could, save a lot of money if we didn't, but I really want to get them continuing their training here. Just looking at them, they're at 61% experience, so yeah, we could really step up our military experience gain if we continue them training. I'm gonna trade for that wine. Trade that off again, just stepping up the income here. And not gonna trade with them though. And not gonna trade with Carthage either. Somebody else can trade with us. Not giving Carthage nothing. Though we'll take their stuff. Let's see who we got here. Yeah, definitely not trading with any of these guys. Nah. Not gonna trade with them. But we will trade with Thrace, despite the fact that they are having some difficulties, so this will help them out against Macedon. And not trading with them either. So yeah, risk of rebellion here in 60 months, guys. That would likely be before we lost those modifiers. So we got to continue to find ways to deal with this situation here, guys. Because it would be a massive rebellion. Yeah, we'll trade with them as well. Yeah, it's going to be a fairly large rebellion. We have a lot of unhappy areas. Quite a few. Also, we have a scorned family we got to deal with. So we got another martial advance. Excellent. Alright, so let's go ahead and deal with the scorned family first. I think we want to split this fleet here, or just, I guess we got to keep that. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, frankly. So let's go ahead and split this fleet. I think we'll just split it directly in half. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. There's a button for that. Yeah, we'll split them in half. And then give the other fleet a leader from the Claudius family. We have people from the Fabius family, but not the Claudius. Alright, this guy's not very good, frankly. Let me take a look at the guy we have over here. Oh yeah, he's definitely cruddy as well. Alright. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. It's just the fleet, and we're not even paying for them at this moment either. We're just trying to get these guys appeased so that we can ensure as few rebellion issues as possible. All right, so with our martial advances, let's see what we want to get next. I think we were getting something. Yeah, we were working on going towards the blacksmith apprentices. So we're going to get this one and get us heavy cav discipline. We are using heavy cav, so that will be helpful. I think it's only in our legion, though, of course. And yeah, we're not going to trade with those guys either. Now, as far as like the next conflict, I don't know. We're probably going to spend a little bit of time at peace, guys, because we got some serious issues with aggressive expansion. We need to get that burnt off and get that stability up because that's getting hit pretty hard now from the aggressive expansion too. So we can expect that to get much lower. Not going to trade with them. And yeah, I'm hoping that we can avoid a rebellion here, guys. Having a new election might be a good thing. It's going to decrease the stability. But if we can get somebody better in power, because our current consul's pretty shoddy. So let's just take a look, see who's coming in. Yeah, he's not much better. Not really. Yeah, this guy's not much better either. So we'd have to like slander them both. We can try. We can try and smear their approval. I know that the last thing we need right now is tyranny, but we'll try and see if that makes an impact. Probably not. Let's see here. Yeah, as of yet, it has not impacted it, but that's really the only tool you have. And there we go. This is our new consul, guys. All right. So because he's so unpopular, we have to do one of these. All of them are quite negative. Yeah, very negative in general. Could try and increase his happiness, but good God, that's getting expensive, isn't it? Could go with the tyranny, but you know, the tyranny, of course, has all kinds of problems here as well. The threshold for civil war will be lower. Overall, it's just pretty negative, but the aggressive expansion change would be increased. You know what? I think we might go with that, guys. Let's see how much it changes by. That's extra negative 0.4 from what it was. So I guess that helps. All right, so we have a new consul. Just take a look at his actual traits here. He's uncaring, so that's not really a good one. Ambitious, silver-tongued. Okay. Jealous, and he's depressed. Probably depressed because he's so terrible. Oh wow, they've grown quite a bit, haven't they? All right, we're not going to trade with them if we can avoid it. We'll trade with these guys instead. Let's see who else wants to trade with us. Yeah, definitely not trading. I can't believe these guys have the nerve to ask us for resources. Everything they've done. So we do have to reassign some positions now to make up for the consul and the co-consul. So who is scorned? Fabius and Cornelius. Okay, so let's see if we can't, and I know you can look in here to see as well, guys. So let's see what we want to do. So with this one, we need the best character possible. However, this guy's got such good statesmanship that he'd actually be a better choice than either of these two, despite being slightly worse. And he's a scorned family, so yeah, because the statesmanship is starting out pretty high there. So with this position, it's the other family, Fabius. All right. I guess we'll just put this guy here. It doesn't really matter that much. Oh, he has no statesmanship either. Yeah, just try and keep the families appeased. Trying to avoid this rebellion if we can. We'll have to see, guys. What we could do is give some rights away. Not sure who exactly we would give it to. Man, we got a lot of people from the Punic culture now, don't we? Luckily, their happiness is pretty high here. And I suppose it would make sense to give these guys a decision like the right of intermarriage so we can try and integrate them faster. Or not integrate them, but assimilate them faster. You actually integrate them slower. Yeah, I think we'll do that, guys. That'll boost up that happiness a bit. Might make a difference. And of course, the stability goes down lower. But again, it could have an effect here that's positive. Then there's a lot of pops. Looks like it was not enough. In fact, one of them is now set to rebel sooner. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. We will not trade with either of those. And we can get another trade route here as well. I'll go and take a peek, see if there's anything here to be gotten. Obviously the dyes is still needed, and the furs. We don't have the fur bonus either. But there's nobody to trade with for the furs. We'd have to stop trading with one of our own provinces. The problem, though, of course, is that there's no guarantee that we'd be able to trade for that, considering the fact that all these provinces are disloyal to us. Actually, let's sort this by trade good. Yeah, I'd love to be able to get these furs here. We might be able to get them from right there. Let's cancel that and see. We'll cancel that trade route and see if we're able to get that. We can. All right, so that'll get us the experience decay. Let me see if there's anything else we need other than the dyes. Looks like the dyes is the only thing. So let's see if we can't. Obviously, the problem with the dye situation is the same. We need to cancel one of these routes, but I don't know that. You know what? I think we'd probably get it from that one. Yeah, let's cancel that one. And then we should be able to get that, guys. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. I hate when it does this. I know it's really easy to get rid of it, but all right. So let's see if we can't get the dyes. There we go. Beautiful. All right, that'll help since it's noble happiness. But will not stop these rebellions. Yep, we're probably gonna have to fight some rebellions, guys. We can't get an omen, and I don't think there's anything for happiness, is there? Yeah, we actually have integrated culture happiness. That doesn't really help us a whole lot, though, does it? And we really need to get rid of the aggressive expansion. I really think that's probably the best thing for us to get here, guys. The integrated culture happiness, again, it might help a little bit, but I really don't think it's going to help enough. So instead, we're just going to go with the aggressive expansion, because that's part of what's causing so many issues up here. Can we do anything in regards to the divine sacrifice? We cannot. It'd be 95.82. And the aggressive expansion is playing a big role in why that's so expensive. And yeah, we'll go ahead and trade. Give them that wine. All right, so we're paying for the military, the army specifically, just so that we can drill them. So let's go ahead and make sure we do that, because you can see that the experience just decays so quickly. But yeah, they're really helpful to keep that military tradition going up. And a petitioner approaches. I do believe we've seen this event before. So we say how awful we shall take good care of them. This would get us some money, and Sextus here would get some more loyalty, and he would lose some money because they convince them that all will be well, in which case we'll get stability and we'll get extra loyalty. Yeah, I feel like money's not the issue right now. The issue, I mean, is stability. So let's get that. That'll be helpful. Yeah, stability is just absolute garbage right now. So what we need to do is use this money that we have to go ahead and build up a grand theater somewhere before the loyalty gets too low and we can't do it. So we're going to do it here next. Keep on building those theaters. But yeah, it's a serious issue right now, guys. And a big part of that is that low stability that we've had issues with for some time. But really, that modifier was just devastating, man. I had one person comment that they thought the Civil War option probably would have been easier than this one, and maybe it could have been. I was not expecting it to be quite that bad. Obviously, it was a pretty bad modifier, and it lasted for a long time, so that was the worst part. But yeah, I thought the Civil War would be something we'd have to deal with right then, and I preferred to prolong the overall issue. But yeah, we're looking at 37 months now, guys. Again, I don't think there's going to be any way to avoid it at this point. I know who that is. I don't even know why I clicked on that. Yeah, we'll give them the wine. Well, it's not like they need our assistance. They are doing quite well. They are the most powerful country in the game. We're going to get the oratory advances here. Excellent. These ones are all lagging behind those civic advances, where we have Archimedes, who's doing a fantastic job, by the way. We'll see if there's anybody here. There actually is somebody better than Hannibal there. So you know what? Let's go ahead and put this guy here in place. Let me see if there's any other characters that would make better researchers. Looks like that's not the case. So with the oratory advances, so we can go with the proportional agreements here, and that obviously gives us, it gives us a lot of stuff. It's very helpful. However, I think we're going to go for this martial advance here. I really want to get this, guys. This unlocks the foundry city building, which we won't be able to make right now, but it makes the heavy infantry cheaper. Now, as in all of the main historical paradox games, except for, I guess, Hoi 4, since that has a completely different mechanics, the maintenance of a unit is based off of their cost. So whenever you reduce the cost of a unit, you're also reducing the maintenance of it. And since we have so many heavy infantry, I mean, the majority of this army here is heavy infantry, doing that should save us a bit of money. So that's the reason why I wanted to kind of prioritize that, because yeah, we need more money. And there was nothing that I could find in the tech trees that we have available to us right now that we could have utilized in order to improve stability or improve happiness or anything like that. You know what? We might actually want to cut down our taxes. I mean, I know this is going to be quite costly, guys. As you see, it's massively costly. But we need some happiness, like seriously. So that might actually be worth it in this particular situation here, guys. I don't know if that'll stop a rebellion, of course, but it's worth trying. Maybe even just prolonging it. Yeah, it looks like it would stop that one rebellion completely. And then we're only facing one rebellion, which is the one that was going to happen soonest, but I think it has delayed it some. Not enough, but some. We'll just have to keep our eye on it. And, as we get the aggressive expansion down, get the stability up, although we can't get the stability up right now, we've got to get this enacted first, in which case we need 93 political influence to be able to do that. But once we do that, that'll put us where we're going up again and going back into the positive. Yeah, I don't know, guys. We're probably going to have to face a rebellion. I would be really surprised if we were able to completely avoid any rebellions here. We'll see. We'll try. For sure. Liberation. The Council of Nuceria have taken it upon themselves to free a sizable quantity of privately owned slaves. We could intervene if we think it is best. Letting slaves get too comfortable could have repercussions. So you say for freedom, in which case our consul would get popularity, but Tertius would lose loyalty. That's the governor of Magna Graecia. And then we'd have 2 of our slaves become freemen. You can say, how would our governor manage without slaves? In which case, we'll lose popularity, Tertius will gain loyalty and corruption, and we're going to gain a ton of money. You know, guys, I think we're going to go with this one. Yeah, I think that'd be best for us. We could really use that money, and we're going to go ahead and utilize it right away to try and get wherever I can. I don't know where I'll be able to get this going here. Let me just see here. We do have the Grand Theater there. All right, we don't have it here, so let's go ahead and get the Grand Theater here. And there's the foundry building, guys. Again, really, really useful, but not what we need right now. We need to get these damn Grand Theaters going. That's really what we have to focus on. Just trying to avoid these rebellions if we can. We'll continue trading for resources in these locations. Here, we're actually trading for too much. But yeah, we'll continue trading wherever we can. There's nothing there. Just try and get that happiness up. Yeah, we're gonna tell both those guys no. Let's kind of dip around, see where we got some open trade routes. So these guys here, really probably citizens or nobles if we're to get anything. We'll see if there's even anything available. There might not be. Let me just see here. Yeah, nothing here. Yeah, nothing here either. Yeah, it looks like there's no options. There are elephants though. That always increases the output, so it's helpful. You know what, guys? I think we will try and trade for the elephants here. Yeah, why not? Get the output up here a little bit higher. And it's just north of our capital. And these guys want some salt. We'll trade the salt away to them. So yeah, just trying to avoid this rebellion here, and the best that we can. We can go and dip around and see if there's any more trade routes. Yeah, you can see that good God, man, the loyalty is just so bad here. Yeah, I think we went through all these already, though. I don't think there's anything, frankly. Okay. Now, you could move resources out of, like, the few provinces here in our core that are actually not losing loyalty. So you could try doing that and then moving it to these areas here, but that might just take their loyalty down, too, because, I mean, it doesn't really matter in the capital, but other locations, I mean. Because I think everywhere is very close to being disloyal due to this, obviously the aggressive expansion's hitting us, but then the stability as well. That stability is way too low. We could use the political influence to try and tick down aggressive expansion faster by changing up our current policy here. However, I really want to save that for trying to, I think this is the best way to do it, trying to perform the divine sacrifice, which we can now do. Alright, so let's go and do that. And now we're in the positive and ticking back up. And next little batch of 30 political influence we'll use to, we'll use to try and get the stability up even higher. To get the aggressive expansion down lower. So we got the Grand Festival, integrated culture happiness plus 5%. That's helpful. And that was actually enough right there. Oh, nope, it's over here. It just moved now. We're looking at 2 years before the next rebellion. We got an event here about ex-slave family emerges. An impressively hardworking and talented slave named Imperator has climbed to the top of the social ladder against all odds. He's born in a stable outside that location. He was educated by his kindly master, worked his way to the head of the household, and was eventually freed. He came to Roma and profited through some shrewd business deals or other before serving a while as a local magistrate, and has now won election to the Senate. The noble class is predictably ruffled about sharing the air they breathe, let alone the benches of the Senate, with a former slave, and the stink has drawn into question our policies on senatorial appointments and the manumission of slaves. While not a patrician by blood, Imperator is certainly a well-to-do man with some influence in Rome, and no doubt his children, Vibius and Titus, have inherited his determination. Okay, so we could say we could do with some new blood in the Senate. If we did this, then they will become a new prominent family in Rome. But I think that this is not going to increase the number of major families that we have. We're still only going to have 4, because the number you have of major families is based off of the rank that you are. So I think it would replace the one with the lowest prestige, which would be the Decii family. So I think he would end up replacing them. And I'm not sure on that, but I think that's the way it works. I think it's based on prestige rather than power base or anything else. So then all these guys would just become minor characters if that's what ends up happening there. So that would be an option. I'm sure there's a lot of effects to this. So obviously he'll become loyal, as does his children. We get a little bit more loyalty from them. And we get some approval from the Popularis faction. We'll get 196 gold, and we're going to lose stability right there. That makes me not want to do it. And we lose a huge chunk of popularity as well. Oh, no. He loses. Oh, we have the same name. Okay, so yeah, we lose it. Oh, that's confusing. We got the same first name. So we can ensure they understand they are not welcome, in which case we'll gain popularity and all those characters will lose loyalty, which none of them are very good. Yeah, they're all pretty cruddy. So probably wouldn't use them anyways. So could do that to get a little bit of popularity. Could say this sets a dangerous precedent, in which case we'll get a lot more popularity, 5 more. All these characters, the whole family is going to leave. Rome will institute a new law. Okay, I don't think that's the one we wanted of all those laws. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's right down here at the bottom, and that is not the one that I wanted. I know we get to change a law for free here, but yeah, I don't really want more freemen in the cities. So yeah, we don't want that. It also costs political influence. We say is there only gossip to discuss today, in which case we will lose popularity, and all those characters will lose loyalty, and we're going to lose political influence. Well, I feel like this is probably the best choice for us, guys. So we'll get a little more popularity. That's always helpful. All right. So yeah, we're now 23 months away from the rebellion. So we'll likely have to fight that next episode is what I'm assuming. Yeah, probably next episode we're going to have to fight that. I don't know if we'll get to that point in this episode, but that's going to be our next conflict, guys. So let me just take a look how we're doing here on exercising. Doing pretty good. Could be building roads instead. We could build roads out this way, to help us convert as well. But yeah, I was really trying to get this next military tradition, which we just got. So we can continue down here. Going to get the levy size multiplier, heavy infantry morale, and that'll kind of let us move down to this one next time, which would be helpful. Or we could even start working on these ones now, although this is, I'm not sure if we're going to want to do this one here. We'll get a free fortress in Rome. So get us up to level 3. National fort infrastructure capacity would be increased by +1. That's actually pretty helpful because, and I never dealt with the forts. With our current, where we can only have 5. That means you can only have 1 fort in each location. You can have, you can upgrade that fort multiple levels, but you can only have 1 fort in each location. So that might actually help us with cost. Let's kind of see what some of the other options, or some of the other traditions we get in here that might be useful. Yeah, I don't really see us going down this one. But you know what? I think this would be so useful that we're going to go ahead and go for it. just more than anything, just to get the national fort infrastructure increased. And you know what? Getting another fortress in Rome is helpful if anybody does attack us there. This one would be great too, though, guys. There's a lot more troops. But you know what, guys? We're going to go ahead and go for this one. And we're going to go ahead and deal with our fort situation too. Though those forts are helping. Yeah, like here, this is the location where we have some issues. Remember, the forts do help with the unrest, but it's not enough. Yeah, definitely not enough. So yeah, we're gonna go and get rid of out of these two. We'll get rid of this one. Just trying to save some money here. So we'll get rid of that. There's nothing else in any of the territory we conquered besides here, which I don't really feel like they need a fort here. And they're always gonna have unrest issues anyways. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. All right. So we're sitting at, yeah, we would have another rebellion, but that would be here, but that's not going to happen. I don't think we'll have any issues with that. We did get another invention done, and I think that was for the religious advances here. So we could go and get something here. Again, I'm looking for something that's going to help us. So maybe we want to go with something that's going to give us some happiness, even if it is just integrated culture happiness. Yeah, I mean, I really want to go for that, guys, but I suppose there's the 50 political influence, so that's helpful. Yeah, I like this neighboring countries with fewer than 12 territories and that we have a guarantee on will have a small chance to offer to become our subject. And this chance is increased by charisma. We can start giving out guarantees to try and get countries to join us. Of course, it has other benefits there as well. So that's one reason why I really wanted to get that one. We're in such a situation, though. This would be helpful, too. Not now, but it would have been helpful before. You know, I think we're going to do this, guys. We really need some more happiness. I know that's integrated cultures, and integrated cultures are not what's causing the problem right now. But it would help, because even our integrated culture happiness isn't super high. So we're not getting cloth from there anymore. Okay, well, that's fine. And what do these guys want up here? They got a revolt. I almost want to help the revolt, but we're not going to, because they'll probably get destroyed. So yeah, they have a rebellion over here they're having to deal with. That's what they get. That's what I got to say. That's what they get for rebelling against us. They had their own damn rebellion. And we will put them in their place, guys, but I feel like we got to get this aggressive expansion dealt with. It is way too high. But we are getting it down pretty quick. We were at 60, I think, and now we're down to 46. We do have some barbarians we got to deal with. We've seen this event many times. So this is the governor of Africa here. And let's just see what we might want to do. Obviously, he's not the greatest character, but he's fairly loyal. But man, we really do not need any local population happiness problems anymore, guys. Yeah, that is not what we need. We could do this one, and he'll become less loyal. I mean, either one of these options is going to cause problems in the area, whether it's with the governor or with the local population. So I think we're going to have to do this one, guys. It's a little bit of tyranny, but that's okay. So let's just point to somebody else there. I don't know if it'll be out of that family either, the Cornelius family. You know what it could be? This guy's... Oh, that's the guy we just removed. Oh, you know what? He was also... Yeah, he also had a pretty good trait here with the just trait. We could just put him right back in place. I suppose that's always an option. I don't know what would happen if you just put him back in place. Now, he's not going to have as high a loyalty as he did. His loyalty is actually much lower. I probably don't want him in place, actually. We'll put somebody else there. Let's just see who we got. So we can just put this guy with his finesse in there, really cruddy marshal, frankly. It's not really the best option. Maybe this guy here because he's generous and increase the local citizen and Freeman happiness by a little bit. That'd be helpful. It'd also increase the population growth. Yeah, I feel like he's the best choice. Obviously, this is going to irritate that family, but we have positions to give up from other family members. I'll just replace this guy here. That'll work fine. There we go. Now, we've got some barbarians over here that we got to deal with. I don't know how large our army is right here in this area. Probably not large enough. But I don't want to bring the Legion down because we don't have the roads built just yet. We could bring them down if that's our only option. Let me just take a look at the troops that we have in this area. Yeah, it'd only be 4,000. I don't know if they would beat them. Yeah, probably not. Or it wouldn't even be 4,000. Excuse me, it'd be 2,000. That's what I meant. They're sitting on 3,000 themselves. Yeah, 3,500 to be exact. Yeah, I don't think we should do that. So when we look at the regions here, yeah, we could raise up both of these, and then that would give us enough because you could raise them up like right there. Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, so let's just go back into this view here and get the levies there raised up using this map mode. Although I did forget which location this was. I think here, and then it should now be easier to see. There we go. Oh, that's 22,000. We didn't even need to raise these guys up. I forgot how large that one was because that's all of this here. All right, so yeah, that'll work out. Maybe we didn't even need all these guys. Let's just go ahead and get them going over to here, and we'll go and attack those barbarians over there. Of course, we do have to pay for them right now, and of course they did win there. They'll probably retreat. Yeah. Oh, nope, they're coming over this way. All right, so let's just have these guys go here then, while they wait for the rest of the army. And they're actually going to attack them there. Well, that was foolish. All right, so that should is going to give us a little bit of money. We also captured one of the pops. Pretty easy victory there. But I don't think we can actually get rid of our troops just yet. We're going to have to... Oh, well, we're not at war. Never mind. Of course, that means we're not going to be able to raise them anytime soon, which is pretty negative because we're looking at a rebellion here. Maybe I should have just kept them raised up. We do have a lot of troops, though. We'll see how big the rebellion is. It's going to be happening here in 10 months. And again, I don't think there's really anything that we can do to stop it. We're just gonna have to fight it. It happens, man. So we have a route opened up in the capital. We got to take advantage of, or we got to try and find something for. Yeah, we need the stability, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and see what we can find here in the capital. I don't know which route we had lost. It hasn't updated just yet, so we're gonna have to give it a month and let it update. That civil war is over. All right, so they've dealt with that. All right, so let's go and take a look and see. It was the furs. Okay, it's always the damn furs, man. Always having problems with the furs. How are we doing here with these guys? Are 88% on the experience, and we're getting very good military experience up here. And since the Seleucids were dealing with civil war as well. So Archimedes is going to get some statesmanship, and he got us an innovation. And I think that's because of those all those traits he has that are helping us out. Yeah, just should look for something that will get us something here, you know, for happiness. I mean, this one here is good because it gets us the Great Temple city building. So I guess that's what we were going down. I forgot we were going after that. The integrated culture happiness isn't that helpful, but yeah, we want the we want to be able to get that temple building. In fact, let's go and start building those. Now, we can't build them here, even if we could delete something. We wouldn't be able to build it here. Just, you know, we can't build or delete anything because they're just too damn disloyal. Same thing over here, though. You can see the loyalty is actually increasing here now. All right, so that's nice because he's doing harsh treatment. Okay, so that makes sense. We could change all of our governor policies up to harsh treatment, but we just don't have the political influence for it. I don't think it'd make a big enough deal in most of these locations, unfortunately. And that's up here, by the way. If we just changed it in one, would that be enough? I could try. We can try, guys. Let's change over to harsh treatment and see if that will stop it. Probably not, though. It does increase the loyalty up a bit, but yeah, it's just not enough here, frankly, guys. Yeah, we're gonna have to fight over here. At least it's over here, though. So the Legion's not there to deal with it, but we can just use the levies that we have here in Italy to deal with the rebellion. Let's go ahead and get some stuff constructed. I'm really trying to keep Sicily under us, which we're having some problems with. So yeah, let's go and get a Grand Temple here. And there's the benefits for it. The territory provincial loyalty plus 0.05. State religion happiness goes up. As you see, a lot of things that are just going to help us out as far as keeping these locations loyal. Although you can see the loyalty is actually up there now. All right, yeah, these are all going up. Not here though, but they're too disloyal for us to do anything about that. So let's look for locations that are actually losing loyalty. Yeah, like right here, just barely above the threshold to go ahead and get the Grand Temple. Get that going there, and I think that's all we have the money for. All right, so we're gonna have to wait a little while. All right, so we're looking at 19 months now. So we did postpone it a little bit. And yes, their agenda, of course, is always to give land. Let's just take a look. what our approval here is. Ooh, yeah, that'd be devastating if we didn't approve this. All right, so I guess we will. Get that approval up higher. Stability is going up. Aggressive expansion continues going down. So we're definitely getting the issues dealt with here, guys. We're no longer getting fish. All right, so that's a bummer because that actually is a happiness bonus that we just lost. So now we're going to have to trade for another fish. There's always lots of fish to trade for, though, so luckily that's a pretty easy one to keep. But I'm sure that affected this a bit here. Yeah, it took a couple months off, apparently. Yeah, we're looking at a year now, guys. Now, we do lose that one modifier here in 35. The question is, will that be enough? I'm not entirely sure. So, I'm not sure what this event is about here, but this is the co-consul, and we can essentially gain loyalty with him, and then lose loyalty with another character, another 2 characters, or we can say the dungeon will straighten him out, and we're going to imprison our co-consul. He's going to lose loyalty. His family will lose loyalty, but then this family here of this woman. Okay, I think we're gonna have to do this one just because of the circumstances in our country right now. You know, trying to keep everything stable. Granaries have been raided again. You'd think we'd start protecting these damn granaries at some points. So we can do this one here, and that'll increase their loyalty, which is incredibly low. And so I think that's clearly the option. Now, you can increase loyalty here using political influence and manpower instead. But I really feel like this is probably the best option for us, guys. Because we have more money than we do political influence. So yeah, let's go and do that one. That'll help. A little bit anyway. Looking at 9 months till the rebellion. And stability just isn't going up quick enough, frankly. Now, when we change up our diplomatic stance, that will help with getting the aggressive expansion takedown. And, oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's helpful. But yeah, not going to stop the rebellion here, guys. We're definitely going to have a rebellion here. We got 1 more month, and then we'll change up our stance here. And go with the appeasing stance to try and get the aggressive expansion decay to drop a lot, to help drop that AE much faster. So yeah, we'll go with that one. And we'll be burning off this aggressive expansion quicker. But that's not going to save us from rebellion, obviously. We're going to have to fight that rebellion. We'll wait to see what all rebels here, and before we raise up troops or whatever, because since we can actually recruit them pretty close here. Though I'm not entirely sure that this levy is very large. We'll take a look real quick. Yeah, it's only the 2,000, so we'd have to raise up these guys here. That's fine. We'll wait for them to get up there. I'm not too worried about it. But what I am needing to do is probably pay for our forts. Let's go and pay for the forts, guys, since we're going to have a rebellion here, and we don't want them to take that territory from us real easily. Remember, we are still on the taxes, the low taxes here, lax taxes, and that's hitting us hard on the money. Just the fact that we can still make this much money despite a 50% national tax penalty is really saying something. That's not bad at all, guys. Our economy has certainly improved over the years. We'll let this go 1 more month. We'll see what this here is about. More stability. Nice. Yeah, that's super helpful. Still not going to stop the rebellion, though. Oh, it did. That stability was just enough, apparently, to stop the rebellion. In fact, you can see that we're going up everywhere. I want to say we lost that modifier. That has to be. That has to be it. Yeah. All right, so we finally got rid of that modifier. Good God. I knew it was sometime in 35. Apparently it was in April. And that is what's going to save us from the rebellion. Okay, so since we're not going to have a rebellion, let's go ahead and put the taxes, well, we still have to keep the taxes low. If we kept the taxes, yeah, too high. So we have to do that, unfortunately. But we can go ahead and not pay for the ports then. So that's an option. But we have to keep the taxes lax for now until we get ourselves out of this problem here, which they're all going up. So that's what's important. The longer we have these go up, the more time we have before we would have a rebellion. So we're out of it, guys. Finally, hopefully. So the stability will continue to increase. The problems will continue to improve, and we'll get that aggressive expansion tick down. And our next conflict, well, I feel like we got to put these guys in place here. Like you have to. They rebelled against us. We can't allow that. So just looking at their defensive league, if we were to attack them, we could also get rid of these two here. And we have some larger tribes up on our borders now, too, that we might want to deal with. So yeah, we'll probably do a tribal conflict next up here in the north. Try and deal with the rebellious vassal here, or I guess tribal vassal there. Deal with them. Why have we not been able to do this mission? We do have a location there, but we can't do this. Oh, it specifically says the mainland regions. Alright, that's fine. There's nothing we could have done about it, guys, because remember, we did not have the range to take control of these regions here from Carthage. So essentially, it's going to need another war before we can complete that mission tree, which I know a lot of people are pretty concerned with because we're just sitting here without doing any of the missions because we're stuck. Now, we can't abort it, but doing so means that we won't be able to get this mission again for 20 years. But I guess we could just work towards another mission. Let me just see what all this grants us. Is there anything here that's actually helpful here? Just see. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do that one for a while. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do that one for a little while. Looking at this one here, you can try and influence their subjects and allies. Not that they have very many of those. We can try and make Carthage into a tributary. Yeah, you know, guys, we might just want to cancel this one. We could just wait till another war so we can continue completing it. But man, that's going to be some time. I'd love to hear your opinion. What do you think? You think we should just cancel that mission? And if we were to do that, I should have done that a long time ago. Or do you think we're just tied into it now? We've been sitting on it for too long, and we're going to do another war and just keep on moving down it. I really don't know that these are worth it, honestly. Yeah, I mean, it's not even that great of a mission tree. I mean, it gives some good bonuses. I'm not saying there aren't any bonuses. It's just I don't know if it's worth the hassle this has been. Let me know your guys' opinion down in the comments below. As far as when we can declare war on them again, it's going to be 538. 3 more years. So yeah, we'd be stuck with that mission for those missions for 3 more years anyways before we can declare war, and then however long it takes to actually do the war. So that's a couple more years. So it's going to be years before we can even complete the goal for that mission. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And then we'll either keep it here or abort it and go with a different mission tree. So yeah, I didn't know that this one was going to be so based on Spain. I mean, it makes sense kind of because the Second Punic War started here due to issues in Spain, conflicts between the two powers. But yeah, I just didn't expect it to be so focused on Spain, or at least not right from the beginning. But it definitely seems to be kind of more oriented around the Second Punic War, which I didn't expect that. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you guys on the next episode, and thanks for watching.